Hi, this is Ennis from Never Stop Trucking. This is a test live dispatching here, and I wanted to test out some new templates that I have here on my live stream, and then we'll also try to find some alerts. Even though today is Friday, just before New Year's, Monday is a holiday, and it's January 1st, and then I'll still post a couple of trucks for Tuesday to see if we can find something, even though it's probably going to be hard. A lot of people are not working today, but still this is a chance for me. I'm at home, I'm available, I can try this out, and then also I played a little bit with these templates here, so I wanted to maybe see if we can find some loads, maybe answer some questions today. So let me answer this text message here. Okay. And I'll explain to you how this is going to work. Let me see. Hello, I'm good. How are you? So, the first camera here that I have shows myself, and then I have a second camera here with the DAT board, and then I added some truck ratios, some national spot rates for reefer, dry van, and flatbed. They're scrolling here. They're from last month because DAT still hasn't come out with the ones for this month. All right, so this is from November. And then I have here something because since this is going to be live and I want to do this more often, I want to hide some sensitive information. If I am giving out information for drivers or for myself or something that's private, then I will switch to this screen here, and then all you will hear is music. All right, so you're not going to be able to hear me or the broker or anyone else talking. And that's just going to be for a few moments if I'm giving out their names or phone numbers, things like that. And then I should be back in few seconds after that. So let's try it out. Okay, that's I think it should have worked because I tested it. So let me know if you heard the music and not myself when I was over there. So I'll do it one more time. Okay, so even though I was talking, you were not supposed to hear me. And then I added this camera here. Hi. And maybe I'll add more in future. So we'll see. Okay. All right. So I'm here now. Let's post some trucks right here. I already have this Fort Wayne, Indiana. I hope you can see this because on my screen it's kind of. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay. So this should be all right. Okay, thank you, Miguel. Okay, now we have this guy. I haven't even called him and asked him if he is available, but he should be available. He will most likely start on Tuesday. So I'll call him if we see something for him. And then I'll post another truck from Grand Rapids here, Michigan. Let's see, New York or Pennsylvania, available on the second. And I'm gonna add my other phone number here that I use on my computer to the comment section. Please call. So I'm gonna give them this number instead of the one that's there. Okay. and post that, and then I'll change this as well, this one right here. Okay, I can also change it to email. I'll just leave it for now, and then I can add on DAT board, you can actually add another phone number. Okay, so I can add that in my profile. Okay, let me see what we have for Grand Rapids, because I know he wants to go. So we have this one right here, Paw Paw, Michigan to Lancaster, New York. That's Buffalo area, and I know there is this one company. I think this is Coke, and I actually went to Coyote's website the other day, and they had this load for last week. This is it used to be a Coke facility. They changed it to something else, but the product is still Coke, and goes to Lancaster, New York. And even though the rate is somewhat decent, this is actually a next night delivery. Okay, so it will pick up on Tuesday, and then it will deliver on Wednesday night. All right, so that's not good, not good for us. Do I have a walkie-talkie? Hey, Jivan, everything is going okay. A walkie-talkie. Can you explain that question a little bit, Albany Live? Like, so, let me see. Venture, Sunfield, Michigan. We know there is a really bad facility in Sunfield, and those loads are usually heavy. There is not that much. Look at that. And then I'll look. Oh, come on. My fingers are okay. So let's look at Fort Wayne and see what we have there. And for Fort Wayne, I know there is usually more loads. So what I like to do is to the trucks, because you're a dispatcher. Well, walkie-talkie would not work. You know, like the traditional one. Fort Wayne, Indiana, Mountjoy, McKenzie. We used to do this load from Defiance. McKenzie, let me see, because he used to go there. But from there, it's going to be tough to get him to Midwest. Okay, let me see. My messages, okay. McKenzie by Allentown. No, that's not going to. We want something like a couple of shorter loads that he can do, because they usually do 5 days a week, and since we have 4 days next week, 4 business days, since they're going to ease, these two guys, they probably want to go do one trip, a shorter one, come back and do another one, pick up on Thursday, deliver on Friday on the East Coast, and then come back home. So this might be a little bit too far for this guy. Napoleon, this is probably Campbell's soup. No, welding supplies. Huh, but it's cheap. It's way, way, way too cheap. $750. It's way too cheap. I kind of figured it's not going to be much free. Oh, we used to do this one, but this is only, so I'll send them an email with Load Connect. You just send them an email, click on the button, and it's sent. So I'll go to my email here and watch it to see if they reply. Gmail. Okay, and I'm just gonna see whether they're going to reply to Mountjoy. This is not. This could be something decent. This guy used to sometimes, once in a while, he would do a load to Mountjoy, and this is light. So and it's right there in Fort Wayne. So if you click here, it should open up. There we go. Okay. So Yeah, but it's still, this is Harrisburg. It's not that far. I mean, we'll see what he says. Well, if you are talking about CB radio, Miguel and Albany Live, um, that's usually for truckers. They use the CB radios, and their range is like just a couple of miles, depending on the CB radio. But you can't, if the driver is all the way across the United States, you need to call them on the phone or text them. Okay. Just answering messages here. But Nolan, I think I have a couple of guys from NTG in my Google Spaces here. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna bring that screen here, and I'm gonna get the information from the load and just see if they're gonna answer. Morning. No, this should be done another way. Like, you have to open it here and then copy. And this is a Chrome extension called Load Connect. Okay, yeah, share, copy. So we gotta copy this. Okay, and send it to them. Okay. Can you see this load? Okay. And then I want to show you here the Dispatch Insider, something that we are testing right now. It has a Google Spaces. Okay. It has a Google Space community, so we can communicate with each other, dispatchers, live while we are working. So it's really cool. But let me see if anyone is going to answer here about this load, because this one might not be bad. Okay, let me go back to see if we have other loads popping up. Huntington, this is too far as well. If you have any questions, you can ask right now, because I'm not going to be long, maybe like another 20 minutes or so at most. So if you have any questions, you can ask, and then at the end, I'll try to answer them for you, if I know the answer. Okay. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you something. As you can see, these flatbed spot rates and reefer spot rates and things like that. I was looking earlier here, and it's just very interesting. Okay, so first, if you look at and this is on DAT board, if you look at van demand and capacity, then you can look at the graphs here, and they have graphs from last couple of years and this year. And if you look here at now, this is 2021, when we had good times, good markets. If you look here, we had the van load to truck ratio was 6.5. Okay, let's just say 6 or 7. We could say 7 too. So we had 7 loads per one truck. And now look at this. Last year we had 3.5 loads per truck. So it's look at this, like twice as much, and it's only a year difference. Now this year, and this is only from November, and I'm assuming it's going to be similar, because you see how this dropped. So it's only two loads to one truck. Okay, and all right, we know all of that. But let's take a look at flatbed and reefer. Now this is really crazy. According to DAT, in 2021, 2 years ago, there were 51 loads per one truck. Isn't that crazy? I don't know if this is, I mean, I'm assuming this is correct. Look at this here, 97. 97, 100 loads per one truck. So 51 loads, now 10 loads per truck last year. That's a big drop. And now, come on. It doesn't want to show because they have these, I'm gonna try to maybe increase this a little bit so it shows. Yeah, come on. 5.5. 10 times more trucks, more loads per truck 2 years ago. That's crazy. And then a similar thing if you go to reefer demand and capacity. So 2 years ago it was 14 loads per truck. Last year it was 5 loads, or let's say 6 loads per truck. And then this year it's 3 loads per truck. And then imagine working in this kind of market, and as opposed to this one, it's like you're just picking loads and choosing, like I'm gonna call this one. Nah, I'm not gonna call. I'm not even. And then they call you and offer you these loads and fight for your truck. That's crazy. What do we have here? Holland to York. I know this is my brother. This driver, he's not gonna go there. I know that. I know that. They're very specific people. And sometimes that's a problem for these drivers because they're very specific. They're used to go to one area and they don't want to go someplace else, even though if there, like if there are no loads going to their areas, they just don't want to go, and you're limiting yourself. And if you want to make money as a owner operator in this market, you have to adjust and adapt. Matthew, just wanted to say I enjoy your videos very much and learn a lot from your videos and really appreciate you making them. Thank you, Matthew. And I try to be available as much as I can. Lately, I've been very busy. I want to, and like I said in the beginning, maybe you weren't here from the beginning. I'm testing these new templates for the live streams. I want to do more of them and maybe involve you guys. Maybe once in a while I want to test that and see if we can. Let me switch here. If we can have somebody call in into the program and make a comment or ask a question or share something with us that we don't know. So I want to introduce that slowly. I want to test it and see how that's gonna work. And then also, if you're a driver, I was talking to Amro the other day, and he said that was a good idea. I would want to say, hey, are you a driver? Do you need a load right now? You're like stuck somewhere, or you just need a load for tomorrow, or whatever the case might be. And I can try to look at the load board and maybe try to find you a load. No charge, nothing. Like you just give me your MC number. We look for a load. I give the broker your information and all of that, and just to communicate with each other and interact. All right. So I want to do Tri-Hole is a better option. Tri-Hole is a really good option for drivers that are willing to do that. And I made a video about that some time ago, and I think even in our dispatching course we're teaching that. But it's very simple. It's not that hard to do that. There is even an option here in DAT board for that. But then you can do it yourself. You can just open up a map and look at some loads and maybe do like a triangle with your driver if they're willing to do that. Because that way, for example, if you're going from let me show you here on the map. So if you're going here and back, we might get a good rate to east, and we're gonna get a bad rate to come back. But if we go here and get a great rate to east, and get a decent rate to southeast, and decent rate to come back to Indiana, so that's a triangle. It doesn't have to be a triangle. You can just come halfway here and get back to Fort Wayne, or wherever your driver is in United States. You can do that. So, but you have to have a flexible driver that really wants to go out and make the most out of their week. Bronx. Most people don't want to go to Bronx because it's on the island. In New York State, it's very tight. They have a lot of low bridges, and also 53-foot trailers are illegal in a lot of areas there, and most drivers just go there illegally anyway. They know they can get a ticket, but they still go there because they have no choice. But in a lot of those areas on the island, just so you know, you're not supposed to have a truck with a sleeper berth and a 53-foot trailer. All right, just be aware of that. So I want to, ideally for both of these guys, find something like 400 or 500 miles. Oh, here's one. Nolan never replied, and they didn't even reply to my chat message. There's no, because we have two guys from NTG here, but I guess they're idle. This looks like a decent load, but it's let me see how far from this guy. Yeah, so he would have to come from Fort Wayne here. For him it's 650 miles, and the rate is 17, which is two and a half, 250, something like that. Nah. Okay, and I also wanted to Cacciamore. What do you mean videos by biness? What do you mean by that? He's not answering. I'm just gonna wait for his answer. Oh, and then one more thing I wanted to ask you. There is yesterday I read something in a Facebook group for dispatchers. There is this guy asked a question like, whose fault this could be, dispatchers or brokers? And this is what happened. The dispatcher the dispatcher was booking a load, and they booked a load with the broker, and everything was set up. The load was booked, but the dispatcher never received the rate confirmation from the broker, and it was a load for next day. So the driver never went to the pickup, and broker called the dispatcher, asked, hey, where's your driver? Are they going to be there? And dispatcher said, well, I never got the rate confirmation, therefore I thought that this load was a no-go. And then there was this discussion, whose fault is this? Is it the dispatcher's fault, or the broker's, that this load wasn't ever picked up? And dispatcher, when a dispatcher books a load and the broker does not send you a load within few minutes, you're supposed to call them back or email them and ask, hey, we booked this load 10-15 minutes ago, I never got the rate confirmation, are we still okay? And if they don't answer, then you ask them again. You try your best to get the answer out of them. Maybe they send the rate confirmation. Maybe it went to the spam folder. Maybe they forgot about you. Maybe the load is no good, but you have to know. All right. You can't just say, hey, well, they never send me the rate confirmation, therefore I'm assuming it's a no-go. But then the broker also needs to have the confirmation that the rate confirmation was received, like a signature or an email back or something that acknowledges the receipt of that rate confirmation, and then they know that the dispatcher has got it. Or some brokers would even call the driver or inquire the next day and something like that. So there was this big discussion, and I wanted to ask you, what do you think? Whose fault is this that this load was never picked up? And what was interesting to me, let me just see if we have any new loads. What's interesting to me is that the dispatchers in this discussion were blaming the dispatcher, and the brokers were blaming the broker. And it's not usually like it's always someone else's fault. Like, hey, these brokers, or the brokers would say, hey, these truck drivers, they are not on time. They lie where they are, just to pick up the load, things like that. But it was very interesting that the brokers were blaming the broker, or some of them were saying like both. Both of them, share the fault. But it's just like that. So the dispatcher, me as a dispatcher, think that this was supposed to be like the dispatcher should have called back or emailed back the broker and say, hey, where's the rate confirmation? Are we still good for it? And I agree with that. But brokers, since they they have more to lose. If their customer gets mad, or the shipper, the receiver, now they have to produce another truck, and it's a lot of money, because they're losing actually money on this. The dispatcher is not losing money. Dispatcher will just find another load, and they didn't lose anything. You just find a new load, but the broker is actually getting in trouble. So the broker also has to inquire to say, hey, what's going on? Have you received the rate confirmation? But yeah, I agree. It's more dispatcher's fault because they were supposed to call back. Anastasia says, of course, it's a dispatcher. It might have gone to spam, and the broker doesn't control it. Of course, yeah. Can you see NTG load? Hvala puno na snimcima. No problem, thank you. Can you see the NTG load on book feature on DAT? Yes, you're right. Sometimes they have it. They have that. Let me find it right here. Yeah, but then it will, I think. Yeah, you got to be on carrier. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about it. Thank you, Adi. Okay, Mount Joy 1400. Tuesday, pickup at 11. Delivers at 7, must. Okay, well, I'll call the driver and ask him, because it is 1400. Where was that? Was it right here? Yeah, so 540 miles. Well, let me ask the broker. Well, I mean the driver, sorry. Let me call him. Since we are going live, I'm not gonna put him on speaker. I think he's delivering. He's delivering a load this morning. Oh, not answering. Well, I'm gonna. Yeah, they have book now. they don't have a, you know, you can't really submit your offer to them here. If I book now, well, I have an account. And I just move it right here. See if I can give them an offer. You know, hopefully the driver will call me in the meantime. 14. Come on. Oh, place bid right here. Okay. So this one is 542 miles. Well, what do you think? What do you think I should bid on this? So if we do 3 miles, $3 per mile, 1626. Should we ask them for 18? 1250. There you go. No, we gotta go more. Okay, we're gonna do Fort Wayne, Indiana. 17 flat. Okay. 17. Yeah, 18. Ooh, 19. Look at that. You guys are killing it. Oh man. Okay, so 2. All right. Let's just do 18. All right. If oh no, not here. Well, I'm gonna say empty over the holidays, fresh hours, bid amount 18, place bid. Thanks, Adi. And Rash is saying he thinks that it's all the people from Balkans here in this industry. There is a lot of people from Balkan area. That's true. There are other bids lower than your bid rate. Please try another bid amount. You have 1 bid attempt left. Oh, come on. Too high. If I go 16, because I didn't even get the okay from the driver. I'm gonna try to call him one more time. See if he answers. I don't know even if he wants this load or no. So I have to, just confirm that. Come on. If he doesn't answer, I'll just do 17. Still no answer. That's unlike him. He usually answers right away. Might be busy at the delivery. So I'm gonna do place bid. Another one that's too high. Well, thank you. Waste of time. Okay. Scranton. Ooh, look at this. Now he's calling. Scranton for 2100. Wow. Halo. Sam na brzinu. Bio je load, ali neće da mi daju za utorak. Jesi ti spreman utorak? Ok. Fort Wayne za Mount Joy. Tamo kod Harrisburga. Je li daleko tamo? Malo iza Harrisburga, actually, bliže Lancasteru. Ovo ti je iz Meyer Road u Fort Wayne. Teško ti je. Gdje ode sad? 10.000, ja sam im tražio 1.800, međutim ne daju, tražio 1.700, ne daju, oni ga postiraju za 1.400. Kupi se u 11, istovare sutradan u 7 ujutru. A šta je ovo? Must stop at the free wheel wash prior to check-in. Drivers must thoroughly spray all tires and wheel wells. Huh? Oh, okay. Never mind. Ima izašao sad za Scranton, 420 Indiana to Scranton, Pennsylvania, $2.100 postira. Ne znam šta je ovo. Razumnim, 40.000 teško. Idem ja ovamo live na YouTube. Mislim, nisam tebe stavio, samo sam ja pa pravim malo tako.
You have reached Schramm Logistics Solutions. If you know your party's extension, you can dial it now. For general dispatch, press 1. Due to the high volume of calls, for a quicker response, please email loads at schrammlogistics.
Okay, let me see. Hopefully you can hear them. You should be able to hear this. Your speakers are buzzing. You mean like my microphone?
Due to the high call volume at this time, please send us an email to loads@schrammlogistics.com and somebody will respond as soon as possible. Thank you.
Nah. So they don't even want to answer. And they have this option here. It's buzzing like crazy. Okay. So that's only when I'm trying to call someone. It is not like when I'm speaking right now. Only when I try to. I think it might be too loud. I'm gonna lower down the volume for the phone calling, so we'll test it because the volume was all the way up. So we'll try to. Now let me see Schramm here, what they have. Oh yeah, sure you are. You're not gonna answer. Never mind. Okay. Because this load, I mean, this, they have two postings. This is probably the same load. South Bend to Allentown, 420 to Scranton. So they're just posting a same load, I'm assuming. Zdravo Zemlja, you do a good job providing for us live dispatch. Thank you. You are welcome. And I wish it was, because with the holidays, everything is slow, and I want to, because we're having two new guys signing up next week for us to dispatch them. And I just want to have more trucks at the same time, so we can do more things. All right. So hopefully we'll grow to that, and then hopefully we can do these more often. All right. But then in the meantime, I thank you. This was a test. I wanted to show everyone what I have here. So this is the first screen that I'm going to have. This is like when I talk to you, and this is when where we book loads. And the next one here is when we're sharing sensitive information. You should be able to hear the music and not me. And then I have another camera here, and then hopefully I can, I have a couple of more cameras, which I'll just add them just for fun of it, okay? But thanks everyone for watching, and I want to make this like a regular thing. I've been talking about that, and I wish I could make a certain time of the week and on the day just to have a schedule where we can all count on that schedule. I am in no means better than others, There are a lot of dispatchers that do a really good job. There are a lot of dispatchers that deal with like 10, 15 trucks at the same time. They're really good. The only difference is that I share the process of that. So we all learn, okay? Stay busy. Hopefully you're gonna book some loads, and then also hopefully the next year is going to look much better than this year, and we can go back to normalcy. It doesn't have to be crazy like 2 years ago, but as long as everything is normal, as long as we can book decent loads and make all some money. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys around.